The Baltimore Ravens are making moves that could completely flip their entire season before a single snap is even taken. And if you think this off-season is quiet, brother, you are dead wrong. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest Raven updates. Let's talk about something that nobody is giving enough attention to right now. The Ravens' offensive line. Yes, that offensive line could be the single biggest reason Baltimore either dominates the AFC next year or crashes out in the first round of the playoffs. Again, think about it. You have got Lamar Jackson, a two-time NFL MVP, arguably the most dangerous quarterback on the planet. You have Derrick Henry, a five-time Pro Bowl running back who ran through the entire NFL like a freight train last season. These are generational talents. And you are going to hand them a shaky, unproven offensive line and just hope for the best? Absolutely not. Not on our watch. So here is the situation. A top sports outlet recently identified a free agent that makes almost too much sense for Baltimore. His name is Joel Bitonio, former Cleveland Browns offensive guard. Spent his entire career in Cleveland, blocking for offenses that, let us be honest, were not exactly setting the league on fire. But here is the thing about Bitonio: the man can still play. Last season, Bitonio allowed just 2 sacks the entire year. His pass blocking grade from Pro Football Focus came in at 75.7. That ranked 8th best among all guards in the entire NFL. 8th best in the whole league. And teams are just letting this guy sit in free agency. Now think about what Bitonio walking into Baltimore would mean. Instead of protecting a struggling offense in Cleveland, he would now be blocking for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. That is not just an upgrade for the Ravens. That is a complete lifestyle change for Bitonio himself. From years of mediocrity to immediately competing for a Super Bowl. You cannot write a better redemption story than that. Here is the real question though. Does Baltimore actually need him? 100% yes. And here is why. The tackle spots. Locked up. Ronnie Stanley and Morgan Moses give you a solid foundation on the outside. No major concerns there. But once you move inside, that is where things get shaky fast. John Simpson was brought in during free agency, but let us not forget, he has aged since his last stint with his team, and signing a guy does not automatically mean he performs. Emory Jones Jr. is an exciting young prospect at right guard, but he missed almost his entire rookie season with injury and has never started a single NFL game. Not one. And center. If Corey Linsley walks out there as your Week 1 starter in September, that is a massive problem. Bitonio slides in and fixes the depth issue immediately. He is a better pass blocker than a run blocker, which actually fits perfectly because the Ravens' new offensive line coach is widely considered one of the best zone run blocking coaches in the entire NFL. The run blocking will be coached up. What Baltimore desperately needs is someone who will not get Lamar Jackson killed on passing plays. Last season, the previous right guard situation was a disaster. 27 pressures allowed. 27. That number has to come down. Bitonio brings it down. And the best part, he will not cost a fortune. This is a low-risk, high-reward move that gives the Ravens insurance, depth, and real competition at a position group that has way too many question marks heading into next season. Who do you think is the biggest weak link on the Ravens' offensive line right now? Drop a name in the comments. Let's debate it. But the free agent moves are just one piece of this puzzle. Because when you look at the Ravens' upcoming draft, things get even more interesting, and a lot more controversial. A major sports publication just dropped a full 7-round Ravens mock draft, and honestly, some of these picks are going to have Ravens fans split right down the middle. Round 1, pick 14 overall. The Ravens select Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher out of Miami. And look, the talent is undeniable. Elite motor. Effective against the run. Real pressure ability off the edge. But here is the controversy. By draft day, Mesidor will be 25 years old. That is old for a first-round pick. You are not drafting a 21-year-old with a decade of prime years ahead of him. You are drafting a guy who needs to contribute immediately because his window is shorter. Now, Baltimore already has Mike Green as a young edge rusher with a bright future. Adisa Isaac is another option, though injuries have kept him off the field. Does it make sense to stack another edge rusher on top of that with your first-round pick? Some fans will love it. Others will say it is a wasted opportunity to address bigger needs. Because round 2 is where this draft gets really smart. Keelan Routledge, center and guard out of Georgia Tech, comes off the board for Baltimore. This is the move. Right now, Center is the only position on the entire Ravens roster that genuinely has no reliable answer. If the season started tomorrow, there is no clear-cut starter at center that fans can feel good about. Drafting Rutledge in round 2 fixes that problem on day 2 of the draft. And then in round 3, they do it again. Sam Heck, center out of Kansas State. Back-to-back interior offensive line picks on day 2. The message is loud and clear. The Ravens front office knows that line needs serious work, and they are not afraid to use premium picks to fix it. Day 3 brings some fascinating names. Bryce Lance, wide receiver out of North Dakota State. Yes, the younger brother of former NFL quarterback Trey Lance, lands in round 4. The comparison being made is to Christian Watson, another North Dakota State product. Big, athletic, deep threat ability, still raw but loaded with upside. If the Ravens can develop him, that is a steal in round 4. Tight end gets addressed in round 5 with Tanner Koziol out of Houston. The tight end class this year is incredibly deep, and Koziol is considered one of the better day 3 options available. If Baltimore does not take a tight end in the first 2 days, grabbing one early on day 3 makes all the sense in the world. Ryan Bainey, defensive tackle out of Michigan, is another interesting pick, especially considering the Ravens' defensive line coach previously coached him in college. That familiarity factor matters more than people realize. And then there is Nick Singleton, running back out of Penn State, selected late in round 5. This pick carries real weight because of one uncomfortable truth that every Ravens fan knows but does not want to say out loud. Derrick Henry is not going to run like this forever. Father Time is undefeated. It does not matter how superhuman Henry looked last season. At some point, the Ravens need a succession plan at running back. Justice Hill is a great change of pace back, but he is a scat back, not a workhorse. Kareem Mitchell left for Los Angeles. The cupboard behind Henry is dangerously thin. Singleton gives Baltimore that future option. The final picks round out with Caden Curry, edge rusher from Ohio State, more of a run stopper than a pass rusher, but useful. Matthew Hibner, tight end out of SMU, gives even more depth at that position. And the final pick of the entire draft, a punter, Jeff Ulrich out of Elon, who the Ravens have already had in for a workout. That connection is not a coincidence. And now, the moment Ravens fans have been losing their minds over on social media. The new uniforms are coming. April 16th is the official reveal date, and the hints that have already leaked out are sending the fan base into an absolute frenzy. Here is what we know so far. The primary logo and helmet are staying the same. The core color scheme, purple, black, and white, is not changing. Do not get your hopes up for gold or gray jerseys. But there will be 2 brand new alternate uniforms, and the details that have surfaced are genuinely exciting. Permanent iridescent accents are reportedly part of the design. Think that reflective, color-shifting material. Wing and talon references are woven into the design elements. And on at least one uniform, instead of Ravens written across the chest, you will see Baltimore as the word mark. Concepts circulating on social media right now are all over the place. Some fans are going crazy for bold new looks with block number fonts and colored Nike swooshes. Others think the iridescent helmet concepts are way too much, more appropriate for a special alternate helmet than an everyday look. And honestly, that is the right take. A full iridescent helmet every single week would be sensory overload. Save that for the throwback game. Use those iridescent accents to outline the numbers or the jersey trim instead. The reveal on April 16th cannot come fast enough. This is a new era of Ravens football, and a new uniform is the perfect symbol of exactly that. The Ravens are not standing still this offseason. They are building something. Free agent additions on the offensive line. A draft class loaded with interior linemen and future playmakers. And a brand new look to match the brand new attitude. The AFC better be paying attention, because Baltimore is coming for everything. Drop your Ravens uniform prediction in the comments right now. What do you think the new alternates are going to look like? And are the Ravens making the right moves this offseason to get back to the Super Bowl? Let me know. Let's talk football.